Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Morning, chicken giblets. Been a while. Loads of lads give us hassle about not doing videos and that, but they just kind of get fucking boring. You know, it's the same shit. It's like being an accountant and watching videos about being an accountant. You know? So this is me kind of yearly update. We've just done our first year. I don't know why the camera's looking like that, but never mind. Where to start? My insurance went down. I think initially, and a lot of people's probably done this, when you first sign up to CX, you're not fuck all. So I end up signing up, and then it was like recommended to use somebody for the insurance. Can't remember who it was. B something, I can't remember. Anyway, I done the first year with them, and it was quite high. And then they sent us through the renewal, and it was like Carol Vorderman's fucking working out. You know, there was just numbers upon numbers upon numbers, fees and all the rest of it, and I'm fucking hell. So anyway, I just went on confused.com, and I get a few prices that were cheaper. And then I got a phone call, I think it was Adrian Flux, had rang me and said, "I've seen that you've been looking on Confused, we can do you a good rate, transfer us through to somebody," and sure enough, it was a better rate by about £1,000. And the best fucking bit about it is, it's exactly the same insurance company as last year. So they're just a broker as well. Exactly the same insurance company as last year. So I rang the original insurance company. I just said yes there and then, I wasn't fucking about. I rang the original one and said, "Listen, just to make sure, you know, you've currently got that you're going to be fucking billing us. I went with somebody else." "Oh, you know, well, you should have rang us, I can drop the fee off, I can do this." That's exactly why I fucking left. You know, why try and scam people? So you're just going to scam people that didn't contact you. Fuck off. So, anyway, the insurance went down. Van-wise, been fucking no issues whatsoever. As you've probably seen from the other videos, you know, I should get serviced every 10 to 12,000 miles. So I'll book in at 10,000, and then depending on what day I can get Glenn to service her. And I still just do that alternative thing. I do an oil and filter at 10,000, say, and then 20,000 she gets oil filter, fuel filter and air filter. We've done our water pump and our belts at 100,000, I think it was. She's on 133 now. She's just had new tyres in the front, so you'll have to, one of the videos back, it was last year definitely. So I've just done our front tyres, our backs are fine, and they were literally just above the legal limit, so I've got them done. She's took a stone to the windscreen, so she's got a tiny little chip. Apparently it won't fill an MOT, but I'll get in a contact to one of the local lads. So I've spoken a few times, she's kind of sorted for us. So that's it with the van. What's it like after a year? I'm still fucking skinned, but I've been spending more. I've took fishing back up again, so I've literally been a proper tackle tart and end up buying £1,000 worth of gear I didn't need. But I still enjoy it. I've probably slowed down a bit. I think the longer you're in this game, the more you learn, the less you do. So I'll give you an example. When I first started, I was fucking super keen. I would go anywhere, you know, bidding. I want to be working, I want to be working, I want to be working. And people just take the piss out of you, as in shippers, you know. I think I've had one phone call to say I was too cheap once, and the lad gave us an extra 20 quid. That was about fucking 8 months ago. But, you know, the shippers at the end of the day, they'll take what they can get. So, for example, if I'm going to kind of now Scotland, yeah, and I've tried to reinvent the wheel with Scotland, I keep giving it a go. I've got a regular run that I do for a shipper. I do that once a month, and that is it. Scotland for me is 110, 120 a mile, and if I didn't get it, I didn't give a fuck. If I do get it, I'll do it. But there's no work up there, and I know, you know, there's lads that might get work and they'll have regular stuff. I didn't, and I've tried 100 times, so I just didn't fucking bother. Just pause there, so this job just come on, 2 seconds. And we're back. It was shit. Can't remember what I was saying. So yeah, like Scotland and that, you just cannot reinvent the wheel. There's just not the graft up there. You know, anybody who's got to Scotland is coming cheap to get back. Then you're competing with the lads up there who's trying to get out of day's graft and that. So I just didn't bother with the hassle. I put my price in, didn't give a fuck. Same with the kind of, you know, and I remember lads when I first joined and I was lucky enough to get into Freddie Fletcher's WhatsApp group. You're seeing lads, you know, if you're getting out to the coasts, be it East Coast or the West Coast, I'm not including like Liverpool's and stuff like that, but if you're out towards the Lake District and all that kind of things, you know, you need 120 a mile, because you've got to come back out. Yeah, 110's a quid if you just kind of come back across to Preston way. So you kind of learn around the country where you're getting the graft out of for yourself, and it's going to be to your area. There'll be loads of lads down south that'll not want to come to fucking Newcastle because there's no graft. So that's kind of what I've learned, to slow it down a bit. I'll bang in a 12-hour, 14-hour shift. I done that Monday, Tuesday this week, just gone. But then Wednesday I was knackered, so I just didn't graft Wednesday. I went and got the tyres done on the van. Try and, you know, interlink it with some maintenance days or whatever. Or just have a super late start, you know. Have a lie in. It's not normally my cup of tea, but, you know, sit around the fucking kitchen table and have a couple extra cups of coffee and that, and make sure you're well enough to do it, because nobody will give a fuck if you are ill. Nah, nobody fucking rings up and gives a shit about you. Shippers are out, so yeah, it's alright gunning for it fucking a million miles an hour, but at some point someone's gonna give out a year of the van. Hotels, now that it's warm, I never stay in them. You'll see here, added a pillar to the van. Not ideal, I'm tall, I've mentioned it before, but I do curl up in the back of the van if I'm down somewhere, you know. You grafted all. I remember seeing a while ago, you know, I originally, when I first started, I was just like a fucking homing pigeon, you know. I would gun out like a missile, graft, and then didn't matter, I just wanted to get home. But now we'll just fucking crash anywhere. Like if you're in a busy area, let's say you're getting a late one down to Birmingham or whatever, I just fucking crash if there's no graft around, and then get work out in the morning. Getting into them kind of golden areas, you know, your Birminghams, your Manchesters, all them's good working areas. But not doing it for fucking peanuts. You kind of do backload rate out and backload rate back. So yes, I'm probably doing less, still as profitable. It's like a big fucking game, you know. You're playing against everybody else, and 99.9% of the lads you meet are super friendly. I'm lucky to be in a couple of WhatsApp groups, and you have crack with the lads and they support each other, they'll help each other. You learn the longer you do it, you know. The good shippers, I've got shippers who ring me before they put a job on, but I've kind of earned that, you know. I didn't fucking co-load, I literally pick up, and my priority is get that there, you know. I'll only stop for a piss if I'm busting. I just literally do the fucking job, get there, then have a piss. Looking for work to get back. I'll move around the country at a cheaper rate, you know. If I've went all the way south and I'm getting decent money, I'll try and come back north at a lesser rate to get into a busier area. So it's just kind of common sense that comes with it. And I know there's lads out there struggle. I get messages all the time. I've got a little WhatsApp group myself, which is only for I've got 4 or 5 northeast lads that started at the same time, and the questions were like coming through the same question over and over. So we're creating this little group, and it's just that support sometimes you need, that especially when you're starting out. Get them fucking daft questions out your head that you think are daft, but you know, everybody's had them. So I talk to them lads every day, and it's just keeps you fucking mentally right, you know, because you have shit days, you need to fucking shout and scream sometimes, you need to tap the piss out of each other, you know, and we're honest when we fuck up, because you will, nearly every day. But as you learn more about your shippers and they get to know you, I know if certain shippers put a job on and I'll put a price in, but I never take the piss, you know. I'm not going to put in 150 a fucking mile, I'm a small van. So if they want a decent job done and I give them a half decent rate, I'll get the graft. So that's nice. See, I've got one regular, it's just a monthly run that I do a Scotland run for, which pays the right money for me to be worthwhile doing it and get back down the road. So and the ringers at the end of the month to give us the date when to pick up, and I do that. So yeah, so a year in, if you're doing a good job, if you the feedback side of it, you know, I'm 100% feedback because I do a 100% job. I also leave feedback, genuine. So if you paid on time, absolutely, you know, great. There is going to be times where there's like an admin error, you know, and you'll see that if it's somebody who's a normal 30-day payer and they've got 100% feedback and they haven't paid you and it's a week late and you message them and they're like, oh fucking sorry, you know, it slipped through the net, yada yada, then fine, I'm not a twat. But you tend to find there's patterns. It's normally the 45-60 days. They get the maximum amount of time fucking anyway, and then they couldn't give a shit and they just pay you when they want to pay you. They're the ones that you've got to be honest, put your feedback on, so you're, you know, either late but acceptable, late not acceptable, whatever, but it's fucking late. And the more them you put on, the more the rest of the lads and lasses can see if you want to bid for that work, or you're going to bid higher, take a punt. But depending on how many jobs they do, I didn't even fucking bid in them. If you've got loads of neutrals and loads of negatives, you just basically fucking might as well get into casino and fucking put your pepper money on in a day's graft. So I didn't bother. I think that's the way it should be. They should be fucking punished by all of us when they've been a set of twats. So no, I'm not going to work for you. Fuck off. And it's nice to see there's some of them, I think they went fucking bust before. I can't remember who they are. Might be fucking Ant and Van or something like that. They started again with another one. They're already up to about fucking 20 odd negative feedback. How the fuck are they still on? And there's loads of them like that. You probably all know one in your head who it is. And you see it coming, you know. But it's nice because they were advertising for a job up here a couple of weeks ago, and it must have been on for about fucking 2 days. Nobody's touched it, so at least some people take fucking notice. But if you take a punt on somebody like that and you get burnt, I'm sorry, like, but that's fucking on you, you know. Just fucking didn't do it. Didn't risk it. Wait for a fucking next job. I'd rather make 40 quid than take a punt on making £100 that I might never see. So fucking give you a shake if you're taking a punt on huge negatives like that. Other than that, still thoroughly enjoy it. Like I say, I'm trying to slow it down a bit, because I do, when I'm out there, I want to be grafting and I want to work my way around the country and be profitable. But some jobs are just not worth bidding on. You know, I had a shipper, I bid in a job to Norwich. Now Norwich is a fucking, for me, this is from my limited experience, I just kind of get grafted out. So every time I go down, so now I put in a decent amount of money. You know, you've got to literally probably come back across to Cambridge and start coming up before you make anything. And the shipper rang us, I put a price in, whatever it was, £1, £10 or something like that. And the shipper rang us, so he's rang us. And he's like, can you do that for, you know, whatever it was, £10 less? No, I cannot. That's the price, mate. I can't get the graft out of Norwich. I put the price on how much it's going to cost us to get there, drop your bits off, and for me to get back to a profitable area with a bit of fuel, you know. Otherwise, I can't do it. There's loads of work down here. We're based in Norwich. Well, there's loads of work down there. Why are you fucking ringing me? How many fucking bids you had? You know. And that's it. I think, you know, the wiser we all get on the CX, the more the shippers can't take the fucking piss. And it's a cost that it's not that they need to pass on to the customer, they're charging decent amounts of fucking money, these guys. And you'll do this and you'll hear by accident, you know, with a customer how much they're paying, or you see bits of information and you think, you know, fucking trying to screw me down for a £5 or a £10 and you're making that money. Nah. So yeah, so you tend to do less. My only fear factor is the van. You know, she's on 130 odd thousand. I hear vans blowing up at fucking 120s and that, so I'm now like Batman. My ears are constantly listening and stuff, but you can only maintain them highly, and if you're doing that, then it's basically just fucking look after that. But yeah, I think that's it. So we'll be in it for a second year. Like I say, I'm not a fucking millionaire. Probably, you know, I've got a couple of £100 more than when I started, but you know, we're obviously paying our bills and bits and bobs. I've had, holiday wise, I think I had a week at Christmas, and then just lately we had a week at the start of June, and then my wife went away with my youngest daughter for a week, and I'll babysit the dog. So mainly because I didn't want to go and sit in the fucking sun. But yeah, that's all I've had. And obviously you're not making any money when you're on your fucking jollies. So there you go. Hopefully everybody's well. It's just a bit of an update. And I know, and I'm in groups, and you know the lads are messaging us, the video, and it's, you know, funny and yada yada, but it's just that repetitive shit, guys. You know, if there's something funny, I do loads of videos and I never put them out because I think, oh, that'll be interesting, or that'll not be interesting. But mainly it's like a busman's holiday. You know, you're doing this job, and I'm telling you that I'm doing the job. So unless it's something out of the fucking ordinary, then kind of meh. Anyway, I hope everybody's well. We're still making a few quid. Your vans are all fucking going lovely. And I'll catch you on the next one. So, auf Wiedersehen, pet.